You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney theme parks podcast, and this is show number 238 for Sunday, the 2nd of December 2018.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my good friend Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle, and how are you, my darling?
I am good, my lovely. How are you?
Busy. I think it's that time of year, unfortunately, isn't it? I don't seem to know whether I'm coming or going at the moment.
It's December in education, and we are revving up for our Christmas performance, learning all these new songs.
Yeah, it's a little bit, mind you, I think a lot of our songs are a little bit old hat, so we're kind of like, oh, look, we've been here again. It's a bit like Groundhog Day at our place.
Well, we've decided to do some new songs for our Christmas performance, and we have got some really nice songs, and then some that bore a hole into your brain and you can't get them out of your head.
The joys of working in education, eh?
Absolutely. Now, as you mentioned, joys, 'tis coming towards the season of joy, merriment and wonderment. So later on in the show, we are going to be doing a little bit of Q&A, and we have got some fantastic answers for our listeners who sent in those wonderful questions. But let's start with a bit of a news feature.
Okie dokie.
Now, I'm bringing my topic to the table this week, and this is about one of my absolute favourite resorts to stay at, the Swan and Dolphin.
Oh, right. What's happening over there?
They've announced they will be building a new hotel.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
Another new hotel.
Another new hotel. If you could imagine, you're looking down to 1 o'clock, you'll have the boardwalk area. Okay?
Right, yes.
So 12 o'clock, you've got the Dolphin, roughly.
Yes.
And at about 5 o'clock, you've got the Swan.
Yes.
So going towards 7 o'clock, which is kind of behind the pools of the Dolphin.
Yeah.
This is where they're proposing the new hotel over the road.
Oh, okay. And is it going to be part of the Yacht and Beach then, is it? Or is it completely brand new one?
It's nothing to do with the Yacht and Beach Club. It's Swan and Dolphin.
All right. Is it a partner hotel then, not a Disney hotel?
Yeah, just like Swan and Dolphin.
Oh.
So if you can imagine, it's diagonally opposite the boardwalk, but there's probably a good mile between the two hotels, at least, if not a bit more. Just to sort of give you an idea using the 24-hour clock.
Yes, yeah.
It's going to be called the Cove.
Okay, that fits in, yeah.
Classed as an additional tower of the Swan and Dolphin, but there's no news as yet saying, well, how will guests be able to utilise the facilities at Swan and Dolphin, because they've got quite a major road to cross. It's going to have 349 rooms, so it's considerably smaller than the other two. The general manager of the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin Resort has said he feels like he's sort of a dad. He loves the Swan, he loves the Dolphin, but his latest baby, his newest baby, is going to be something special.
So it does kind of sound like a bit of an extension, doesn't it?
Kind of, but it's nowhere near the two existing buildings. But the concept art that they've sort of put out there is a very white monochrome background for the walls, and they have touches of like golden walls and reflective surfaces and really rich crystal chandeliers. A real focus on lighting and bright and airy, which, as we all know, hotels like the Contemporary, when you walk in, spectacular, but it's not exactly renowned for feeling light and airy.
No, a bit, I won't say claustrophobic, but a bit closed in. Yeah.
So this doesn't have that feel. It looks sensational. As I say, it's got a little bit of a pool area on the concept art, and the dining area looks very on point of the moment, of very minimalistic. There's nothing fussy on the walls. There's the chandeliers, but pouring in light from both sides of the room.
Oh, that'd be interesting then.
It's looking very special, and what gets me even more excited about it is it's going to have a rooftop venue for weddings or for like VIP guests, because the Swan and Dolphin is renowned for its conference facilities. So this I can see it's going to be a big plus. But can you imagine? You are in a prime location to see Epcot and Hollywood Studio fireworks up there.
Oh, of course. Yes, good point.
Fred Sawyers is saying that he expects it to be open in less than 2 years.
I was going to say to you, that was going to be my question to you, was have we got like dates for this? So that's not hanging about then, are they, really, for a new build?
Yeah. Okay, 2 years to put up a smallish hotel. Yeah, not too bad. Just to help you a little bit more with that visualisation, I just quickly Googled, and it's going to be quite near to Fantasia Gardens mini golf.
Oh, one of my faves. Yeah. As long as Fantasia Gardens mini golf stays, that's fine.
Absolutely is going to stay. So, Jayne, have you a news item for me?
Well, I'm scouring around and having a quick look, and the Disney Parks presents a 25 Days of Christmas Holiday Party TV special. Wow, about that for a mouthful. It's coming out, and it's going to have a sneak peek at Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, which I hadn't heard about, which is opening at Hollywood Studios in spring. So apparently it'll be on this 25 Days of Christmas thing. But if you're, I'm guessing in the States, you'll know when this is actually happening. But you can actually go and view it apparently on the Disney Now app. I'm going to sound very untechy, and I have no idea what the Disney Now app actually is. But hey-ho. But this attraction is going to be in the Sunset Showcase down near the Rock and Roller Coaster. So it's going to be a case of getting guests immersed in the world of cars and bringing them face to face with Lightning McQueen, and then there'll be little cameo appearances from Tomato and Cruz Ramirez and all that type of thing. So this is the building that's kind of been used as a bit of a flexi type space in recent years. It's been used for Club Disney Dance Party and the Villains themed ticketed event that they've had. So this is actually going to be going in there as a brand new attraction for spring next year, which I wasn't aware of.
So basically it's a meet and greet.
Potentially, yeah. Shall I read the blurb?
Oh, I've read the blurb. I know it's a meet and greet.
Yeah, but, it's Lightning McQueen, and there's lots of Cars fans out there, and they might be quite excited by it.
But it's a meet and greet.
A glorified meet and greet. You've got a wraparound screen that's nearly 2 stories tall.
At a meet and greet.
And it apparently pulls everyone into the action.
At a meet and greet.
Potentially. Yes,
at
Michelle.
A meet and greet.
Do we get the feeling, listeners, that Michelle's a little bit, how can I put this, not impressed?
Well, we've had a meet and greet for these characters before, and they sort of moved with the opening of Toy Story Land. So I'm not getting giddy about them replacing and maybe plussing up a meet and greet that was already there anyway. It's not like they're bringing us something fresh, new and exciting.
Okay, but at least making use of a space.
True. Rather
than just letting it stand there gathering dust.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of squeezing a third news item in. And we've both mentioned Walt Disney World. Well, I'm going to hop over to Disneyland. And we all know about the movie schedules that we've got coming up very shortly, the new Mary Poppins movie.
Yeah.
So with Mary Poppins returning, well, the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe, which is themed on Mary Poppins, had to come up with something pretty spectacular, didn't they?
Oh, okie dokie. So what have they come up with?
They've come up with 2 Yumski desserts.
Okay.
Now, they're not normal desserts, though, because you can't just go up and want that, because it's a Mary Poppins special dessert with souvenir spoon.
A souvenir, like a spoonful of sugar type of thing.
So if you imagine the parrot head of the umbrella forming down into an umbrella, well, that's the sort of handle, and then there's a spoon on the bottom, and it's in a little sort of like cellophane gift bag with a picture of London in the background and Big Ben, and
Oh, okay. Cute.
The spoon looks absolutely cute as anything, and I so want one of those spoons. As to the desserts, you've got a small cylindrical chocolate cake with a candy flower and cherry on top to represent Mary Poppins' hat.
Yeah.
It's a dense, rich cake, but slight issue, it's a refrigerated cake. So possibly getting it at the ultimate perfect temperature for consumption might be a bit of a challenge.
Bit too chilly.
Yeah, and when things are too cold, it comes out as being quite dry and a bit sort of like sawdusty. The second dessert is a trifle.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, normally when we say Disney and trifle, panic runs through our heads.
I'm going to say, we're British, we made the trifle, you better get it right.
Well, to me, it looks a pretty sensational trifle. Admittedly, I will be honest, there is no jam. There is no jelly, which we call, what do Americans call jelly again? Jello. There's no jello in it. It's like a spongy layer with like a sort of fruity sort of bit and fruit juices, then custard, then a very thin layer of cream, looks a bit like Angel Delighty cream, then another layer of spongy fruitiness, then custard, and then the creamy bit, a swirl of cream, a little white chocolate lozenge with Mary Poppins printed onto it. So it does look, a substantial amount. As you're saying, you're getting those 2 layers. I think that's going to be one for the money and to try out, especially with the souvenir spoon.
We need somebody British to go and try it out for us, Michelle, to see if it actually matches up to what we British know as a trifle.
Tell you what, if anyone wants me to go over, I'm more than happy to sacrifice my English holiday at Christmas and hop on a plane and try this, Just send me the money.
It's like all expenses paid, yeah.
Yeah. It'd be one heck of a trip report.
Well, if you're going, Michelle, I'm coming with you, love.
You'd better tell Simon.
You might not have a choice.
Simon, we're going to Disneyland for Christmas. You've got no chance. Okay, well, we've had some listeners' questions this week, and they've come at an absolutely brilliant time because I know a lot of people are starting now, Thanksgiving is over, to get into the whole festive feeling and Christmas is coming. So some of these are quite Christmassy questions.
Oh, okay.
So the first one is from Patricia Reeve, and her question says, I've got a gingerbread house shake-up for you.
Oh, okay.
What attraction would you ask the catering team to recreate in gingerbread, and why? And how could they also earn extra money from this? Because we all know Disney, it's all about the ka-ching.
You know what? I have to admit, I did a little bit of research because you did warn me about gingerbread. Might be on the cards.
I did,
and I have to say, I was a little bit uneducated because I instinctively thought, well, I know the Grand Floridian do the gingerbread house. I know it's massive and it's full scale and all that sort of thing. But you know what? I didn't realise, and this is my ignorance, listeners, that there is other gingerbread creations both over at Disneyland and at Disney World. And I hadn't fully appreciated that, you can go to, there's at Epcot, they've got a recreation of, what's it called? It's the government buildings in Washington. I'm going to get told off this Capitol building and Lincoln Memorial, I think it is. There's a creation in gingerbread of that, which I didn't really appreciate. I was going to say you've got to do It's a Small World, and I thought, no, that rings a bell somewhere. Of course they do that, don't they, at the Contemporary? So I was kind of a bit flummoxed because all the ideas that I kept coming up with, they're done.
True.
But, and I didn't even realise that there was a carousel one over at the Beach Club.
There is indeed, eh?
Because I thought that ties in with Mary Poppins, doesn't it? Carousel horses. I thought there's one to go for, and they're already doing it. My ideas kind of have all got taken by Disney, which is very rude of them. They shouldn't have done that. But what about something like, I was thinking buildings, obviously. You've got to have a building if you're doing gingerbread houses. So you could do the Seven Dwarfs Cottage.
I hate you, Jayne.
Why?
You've stolen my pigging idea.
Well, no, but you could have the Seven Dwarfs Cottage. Then I thought, well, actually, it kind of set me off in a little bit of a kind of like a little roll, because then I thought, well, then you've got the Beast Castle, yeah? So you've got Seven Dwarfs Cottage, you've got the Beast Castle. I thought Ariel's Undersea Grotto. Surely you could do something, I'm thinking like, shells, and it could be all coloured up with icing, and I don't know, and like you could have Ariel sitting on a rock, and her tail could be all made out of something fancy.
That I think's a good one, because you don't have to worry about Ariel then, her tail getting soggy in the rain, because in Disney World particularly it does get wet.
It does a little bit, yeah. What else could you? Hall of Presidents. You could have the presidents made out of gingerbread.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one.
And then,
Jayne, go on, tell me the next bit.
I was going to say, then the ones that you don't like, you could knock the heads off.
Or you can buy them from the gift shop and you can choose to eat the president.
Ah, yeah. Or what about having the mountains as gingerbread and buying those?
Oh, Mount Rushmore.
No. The proper mountains, Splash and Space. Yeah, and Big Thunder. You could buy a trio of gingerbread mountains.
Oh, I like that.
Because, to be fair, the idea of a mountain of gingerbread as well sounds quite appealing. With the right volume, wouldn't it? You know.
Yeah.
And I did think as quite a nice display, if you were looking for a display, I've just got a vision in my head of a Stitch figurine made out of gingerbread, but he's going to have to be eating something he shouldn't be eating. But I can't quite think what he could be eating. Maybe he could be destroying a building. You could have Stitch like attached to, I know, the Haunted Mansion and eating it like, you know, attached like King Kong and like eating the building.
Ooh.
I've kind of gone a bit off kilter now, haven't I?
Yeah, maybe just a bit.
Need to rein it back in a little bit.
Well, you've absolutely blown me away there, Jayne. And I think with my answer, I'm going to blow you away.
Okay, go on.
So you've mentioned you were going to do Snow White.
Yeah.
So you pinched my princess.
Sorry.
I've pinched your thing. I'm going Star Wars.
Okay.
So Star Wars...
Chewbacca made out of gingerbread. Sorry, that just comes to me.
In years gone by, they used to have the Attack Walker.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's time now to have a gingerbread one?
That would be a hell of an accomplishment, because that's rather tall.
Yeah, and then outside the gift shop of Tatooine Traders, there's going to be a little pop-up kiosk. And in the kiosk, they're going to sell little mini ones in cellophane, all nicely wrapped up. And you can buy a hot chocolate.
What about gingerbread Ewoks?
Ooh.
or gingerbread porgs.
Ah. What do you think a porg tastes like? Do you think it's going to be a spicy thing and we could add some sort of like, I don't know, grated jalapenos in it or spice up the ginger content?
No, I think porgs are going to be nice and sweet. I think
something sweet. Okay.
Yeah, I think that I need like a nice white icing or fondant or something over them, or perhaps dipped in white chocolate.
Oh, but I don't like white chocolate. But I'd make an exception for a porg.
Well, yeah, because porgs are cute.
Yeah.
So you know.
Okay. Well, I did actually think of Snow White. Of course, I just couldn't. And I thought they would actually get Snow White's cottage, which is in the queue for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and literally do a gingerbread makeover.
Yeah.
But my revenue stream for this is for $5. You can stage your holiday Christmas card picture in front of it and have a little bit of a family portrait.
Yeah. You could buy little buckets of gingerbread that were fashioned and coloured to look like little gemstones.
Oh. But I did consider the castle, to have that made over as a large building. But I will say 3 words. Pepto-Bismol Castle.
I was just going to say, Michelle, I think we've been there. We've done it. We need to learn from our mistakes and move on.
Absolutely. So let's move on to the next one. So another question which quite neatly links in quite well, and this is a question through from Andrea Williams, so thank you for your question from good old UK. And she said, choose an attraction to up level, but in doing so we want you to consider of ways of getting extra income for the theme park. It's all about money this week. I don't know where they get Disney being all about money.
I can't possibly imagine.
And she said you can go to any theme park you like, any attraction, what would you do?
Oh, well, I have to admit, Michelle, this one has really stumped me because I can't decide what I would actually upscale. I mean, the money-making opportunities obviously involve stuffing at a gift shop at the exit of something, something that hasn't already got the gift shop.
Yeah.
See, I used to like it back in the day over at Disneyland Paris. When you went on It's a Small World, you used to exit and you actually came through a little building that I think they now use for the princess meets and greets. And in there used to be a little shop selling It's a Small World merchandise. Now, you know me and my love of It's a Small World, and I love all the Mary Blair inspired things. So to be fair, if there was, a little gift shop stuck on the end of It's a Small World and you were able to buy said merchandise, I would be a happy bunny. I know it's maybe not the most exciting idea, but I think it's definitely one that they could cash in on, because I think, obviously over like the Contemporary, they tend to have a lot of Mary Blair stuff with the mural and everything over there. So it would be nice to have a bit more access to, maybe clothing, T-shirts, bags. There's quite a big multitude of, we could go down the Dooney and Burke route and all that sort of thing. A bit of Disney couture jewellery that was themed particularly around It's a Small World. Jayne's just fulfilling her little fantasies here.
True, you just need to fill the theme park with people who adore It's a Small World, and then that will definitely ka-ching.
Well, maybe this is just for me to keep me happy. I don't know, but I think that's the I think if you're going to make money out of attractions, it's either going to be throw a gift shop on the end of it with merchandise that's very akin to that attraction, or some sort of photo type opportunity, or some sort of food related item at the end of it.
Well, I've mashed up food and an attraction to get extra ka-ching. So welcome to the remodelled Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a rededicated love for this attraction, having been there this year. I really did enjoy it, and it was really fun. So I thought we'd sort of remodel it a little bit to like a dine-in comedy club. Oh,
okay, yeah.
And while you're there experiencing the show, you'd actually have a meal.
That's quite a good idea, actually. Make it a bit more grown up, even. Yeah.
What you do is while you're in the queue, you pre-order your meal, or maybe we could do it via the app. And basically, it would be one offering with 3 choices. So you would get the Mikey burger.
Yeah.
Okay, and that would either be meat, chicken, or a veggie option.
Right.
Then you would get a Sully cupcake.
Yes.
Plus beverage.
And
I'm thinking a price point of around $20 to $25.
Yeah, okay.
So the food itself would probably set you back about 18 to 20. So there's just a little bit extra for the entertainment. Each booking would have an hour maximum. A whole set of people would be let in at the same time. The food would be ready and be served to people like McDonald's Happy Meal type style.
Yeah, it's a quick service, but
so you'd have your meal, and while you was having your meal, there might be the odd little bit of interaction going on, and then after your meal, you'd have the little show, and then out you go, next lot come in.
Yeah, you could get through quite a lot like that, couldn't you?
I thought that'd be kind of fun. And
then I think Disney would charge more than that though for it if they were going to do something like that.
Well, possibly so.
I think you're being a little bit kind to them.
But if you think about it, a family of 4, it'd set them back $100 to do it. So I don't know.
know.
So we'll see. I also thought about our unique photo opportunities, because many people only go to the likes of the Halloween or Christmas party to go and have a photo op. So how about having that photo op in the park as a pre-bookable event, like a tour? Yeah,
so you mean for like maybe more exclusive characters? You're thinking like Seven Dwarfs and things like that, Shell?
Absolutely. It's going to be the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs experience. And I am stunned Disney have not thought about this. Can you imagine it? You could have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You could have all the characters from Alice in Wonderland. You know, you could really go to town. You could have Mary Poppins, Bert and some penguins, which again, you can't meet. So you could have the Mary Poppins experience.
Well, yeah, it would be really cool actually obviously, because these costumes exist, we know that they exist because they have been seen, and we know that like DLP is very good on kicking out these characters, particularly at certain times of the year. So if you've got the costumes already done, why not make more use of them?
And I think some of the times the issue is getting the whole set together. So you could have Belle, Beast, Lumiere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And have Beauty and the Beast experience. So
Yeah.
it'd be pre-bookable. You'd only be in having your picture taken for, less than 5 minutes, really.
Yeah.
You'd get a cardboard frame with everybody's signatures pre-signed, but when you actually go and meet the characters, someone would just write your names on it if you wished. You'd get your picture in a frame. I think $30. I think people would pay, but it wouldn't be $30 per person. It'd be $30 per photo.
Yes. So if you wanted your whole family in the photo type of thing.
Yeah, and again, that would be ideal for holiday pictures or just, if you're a character obsessive, I can't see you complaining at paying that to get a unique frame, the signatures and the picture.
I was just going to say the exact same thing because we know there's an awful lot of people out there that, will queue forever and etc. for some of these meets and greets, and will go to the parks at particular, pay to go at particular times of years just to get the chance of like the Jack Skellingtons and people like that, isn't it? So yeah, I think that would be a good idea, show actually.
Jack and Sally have a nice meet and greet, you know, and it could be at a place within the Haunted Mansion even, or with that kind of backdrop.
Yeah, Jack, Sally and Oogie Boogie. Yeah. Love that. Yeah.
Let's slap it on at $35. I think people would pay it.
No, definitely. I do as well.
So that's that one. So I hope we've helped you with that one. Then this one is, what tour would you create and why? How would you spend your time on the tour? And how would you make it memorable? Ooh.
Well, you've done lots of different tours, Michelle, haven't you? I mean, I've not done as many as your good self. Obviously, I'm very aware, having heard your lovely trip reports, etc. I have to admit, I kind of had to think and thought back to when I did the Behind the Magic, which is a lot of years ago at Walt Disney World, which was a full day, 4 parks, behind the scenes. And one of the bits that I loved about that tour was it sounds very sad, was going in the laundry room, which I don't know whether they still do or not. And it reminded me of the scene from Monsters, Inc. with all the doors, because there was all these things flying everywhere. And I was really intrigued with that sort of behind the scenes operational stuff. And I didn't know whether you can have a behind the scenes of some of the resorts. You can maybe pick some of the deluxe resorts or something like that and get to go behind and see how these resorts are run. Get to see how mousekeeping works, and maybe come away with some of the toiletries that you can't now get, but they would be able to give them to you because you're on the tour. Perhaps get to go in the kitchens and meet some of the chefs and maybe get some free tasting. And then the same could be said for the bars, maybe somewhere that like Trader Sam's or something, where they're doing all these amazing cocktails, and get to experiment and maybe shown how to make the cocktails and have little freebie tastes and things like that. So that's kind of where I was kind of pitching a tour, something behind the scenes that you wouldn't, we all know behind the scenes attractions and tours around the parks and that type of thing, but I thought this would be something a bit more unusual to do.
No, that sounds great. Okay, well, I sort of thought about the 4-park tour as well, and I thought it would be nice to have it back. But then I started thinking about, well, we know they do the monorail tour where you go and have a little bit of a meal at the different lounges on the monorail resort hotels. Well, how about you go on a lounge bar tour?
Oh, yeah.
So you could go and visit different hotels and visit the lounges. So I thought that could be something. And then I started thinking about other theme parks, and I thought, well, what about DLP? And at the moment, they offer the Tower of Terror tour, but it's only in French.
Okay.
So that would be a disadvantage to people who don't speak French. So I thought, well, make that an English tour.
Yeah.
And it could perhaps be something that is built on the existing Walt Disney Studios tour, or could be added to a special tour that goes backstage a little bit in Disneyland Paris itself and build on the existing 2-hour tour.
Yeah, it would be nice to see a few more tours actually over at DLP, and particularly ones that are done in English, that would perhaps open them up to a wider audience who'd be willing to pay, because we've always talked about DLP and actually how relatively cheap it can be in comparison to other parks, and if they still need to make some money over there, then perhaps that would be a way to generate a little bit more income for themselves.
Yeah, and I also thought of a couple more.
All right, okay.
So this is one particularly for Disneyland, but it could also be introduced, I suppose, at Walt Disney World. I want an in-depth Pirates of the Caribbean tour.
What, with Johnny Depp?
No, it's not my cup of tea. No,
Is he
not
not?
for me.
No.
No. Get Dispatch, not bothered. Basically, it's going to be a backstage tour that looks at the thought process behind the creation, because there's quite a story for this going back over the time about how it was conceptualised and how Walt got pushed along on the office chair as they mocked up this attraction. So I think that would be really fascinating. And then there's a gantry above the actual attraction. And how about a walk along prior to park opening with the lights on?
Ooh, that'd be good.
And then that got me thinking, well, how about a walk the walk tour where you can visit the rides of Fantasyland with the lights on? So you can sort of walk along the tracks for like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride or Snow White or Pinocchio. And whilst you can't necessarily fly through the whole elements of Peter Pan, I'm sure there's little elements you can.
Yeah. Well, I must admit, I do remember on when we did the 4 parks over at Disney World, the going behind and seeing how the American Pavilion that actually operates, so seeing that in its bare bones and understanding how that all moved, and we did the same with the Tower of Terror as well. And there is something quite amazing about being able to see these things that normally you only get as luck would have it if you get evacuated. But see, I'm quite fascinated. I know some people say, well, it takes away the magic, but for me it doesn't. I love knowing how things are worked and understand the complexities that goes into presenting that final show that you see normally. So anything like that where you could go behind and see it, as you say, bare bones, would be fascinating for me.
My final creme de la creme is the Cinderella experience.
Okay,
so the Cinderella experience involves going to eat a meal in the Cinderella castle, and if they would allow people to get bibbidi bobbidi booed, that would be very, 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 very much in demand by me.
Yes.
But also I thought then a tour that involves the detailing of this beautiful castle, which we all know isn't technically made out of bricks. Sorry for spoiling your illusion on that one. But, and then you could go inside the castle and perhaps visit Cinderella Castle guest suite.
I thought, when you said you were going to do a Cinderella experience, I didn't know whether you were going to start it off by being allowed to dust the floors or something, sweep the floors. That would be the whole experience, wouldn't it? Have to go from rags to riches,
Well, you'll go from riches to rags by visiting Disney anyway, so...
You've not got some bad ideas there, Shell.
I was quite impressed by that. So we're going to finish off our segment today, and this is basically some Christmas gift ideas from Jayne and Michelle. And I've kind of done mine a bit upside down, because I'm going to read a description and Jayne's going to guess the price. Because I just thought it'd be fun.
Right, okay.
And these aren't necessarily what I actually want for Christmas, bearing in mind some of the price tags.
Well, I will confess. Can I confess now?
Go on.
Because you gave me the amounts, didn't you, to find prezzies for?
Yeah.
And I got distracted.
I know, you ended up going and looking at all sorts of stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I was looking for inspiration and I ended up on the Disney store, and then I got really distracted because I was quite impressed because I haven't been on Shop Disney, as it's now called, over here in the UK for a long, long time. Because I don't go on, because if I see things and I want to buy things and I can't afford it, so I don't go on. Don't put the temptation there. Then you're all right, aren't you? And I have to say, Michelle, I was rather impressed. Because you can get all sorts now. You know, I was looking at Arabesque stuff, and I was looking at Kath Kidston, and the new hype stuff that's coming out, and there was names I'd not even heard of before, and Irregular Choice, and I didn't make my list, so I apologise. I got really distracted, and I've only got one Prezi idea. Well, no, actually, I'll tell a lie. I've got two Prezi ideas. One for the smallest amount and one for the biggest amount.
Go on.
Well, the smallest amount's quite cute, and you'll appreciate this. You know when we were in Disneyland Paris, and I got sent a photo by my daughter of something that belonged to me that I'd purchased. You know where I'm going now, don't you?
Oh, I do.
And it was a little bit damaged. And we just looked, didn't we, whilst we were in Disneyland Paris to replace this item, and we couldn't replace it. So if anybody out there can find me a Mickey-handled slotted spoon for my kitchen, it'd be really appreciated, because I have not been able to replace the one that my daughter accidentally melted the end of. The slotted spoon part was no longer slotted, it was kind of mushed together.
And to be honest, Jayne, every time I go in a Disney store, I look for this darn slotted spoon. And I'm not kidding. Molly Phipps, watch out.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it shouldn't cost much. That's why I was thinking it would be like the lower end of the price bracket. Somebody could buy me a slotted spoon for Christmas. How sad am I?
Aww.
And then I thought the other end of the scale. You see, if we go up to the top end of the scale, then somebody can just give me the money, and I can use it to go towards my holiday fund.
Absolutely. I wonder where you'd be booking to go to, Jayne.
I can't think, Michelle. I really can't think.
No, I'm a bit struck on that one. Maybe we could ask listeners for some suggestions.
Yeah, where should Jayne go on holiday? Tricky.
Not.
Go on then. So what game are you going to play with me?
Okay, I'm going to read a description of an actual gift on the Disney Parks website.
Right, okay.
A dozen dazzling diamond Mickey icons form the heart of this gold pendant. The premium quality diamonds are set in 14-carat gold and hang from a fine rope chain to create a romantic piece of Mickey Mouse jewellery. So,
yes,
it's made exclusively for Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort, but you can buy it on the website. So basically, It's not that exclusive.
No.
It's got the chain.
Yeah.
It's got a total of 36 individual diamonds, which have a weight of 1.87 approximate carats.
Right.
It's available in yellow or white gold. The diamonds are guaranteed to be no less than GH in colour, which is a fairly good colour, and SI1 in quality. And that means the diamonds will have small inclusions. But to be honest, SI1 is not bad.
Okay.
It's not great.
I know nothing about diamonds whatsoever.
So what would you pay for a diamond necklace that has basically about, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's got 10 hidden Mickeys it makes up. 10 or 12. I couldn't quite count.
So there's quite a lot in there then, isn't there?
Yeah, it's quite a nice necklace, and I'll put the picture on our blog post so that people can have a look at it.
So are we talking in excess of $500?
You crack me up, love.
I don't know diamonds.
$8,075.
Is that all?
And I'll have 2. In fact, I'll buy me 3 and I'll make the necklace pendant into a pair of earrings as well. So that was one really stupid thing that I sort of thought. And then I thought, well, let's go for something a bit more, have some Mickey Mouse.
Right.
Drop earrings.
Right.
So this is a Mickey Mouse 3-drop earring. So there's like 3 loops, but each loop is slowly getting bigger with a little hidden Mickey icon in the middle.
Yeah.
They're 14-carat gold, rose gold or yellow gold or white gold. What do you think?
Because it's just like, they've got any stones in them or
it's
anything
not
like
diamond,
that?
it's just gold.
No, just gold. Dollars we're talking as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know, around the $100 mark-ish?
1,050.
Oh, Jesus, I'm no good to take shopping, am I?
Well,
I'm going to like all the things that I think are cheap, and they're not going to be cheap.
shall I try something that you're an expert in then?
Oh, God, no.
So, the amazing
Go on.
Millennium Falcon playset by Lego.
Oh, these are ridiculous.
Have a guess. It comes with 4 minifigures.
Oh, no, that's in the hundreds of dollars. Easily.
Go on.
400?
$800.
800, yeah. I know there are stupid prices. It's bits of plastic, for goodness sake.
I know. But
There were
people
some amazing. Don't get me wrong. There are some amazing sets out there, particularly the Star Wars ones. I mean, and I love the Disney Castle one, but I wouldn't be paying for it.
Then I sort of went to the cheaper side. So a little Groot plush. It's on offer, $6.
Oh, you see, I would get as much joy out of that as I would out of a diamond necklace.
Do you know what the best one I found? The best gift, which is so cute. It's so ridiculously cute that I really, really want it.
Go on.
The Fozzie Bear Muppet Baby plush. And it's got that little hat with the spinning propeller and the big dotted handkerchief style bow tie and the red pants and the yellow t-shirt, and it's just his friendly little face and his fluffy ears. $15. It's a steal.
Oh, cute.
Or how about something for the man in your life for under $40? A Hulk apron and oven mitt set.
A what?
A Hulk apron.
Oh, a Hulk.
Hulk, the Incredible Hulk.
Yes, I know now.
It's sort of
sorry.
green and muscular, so
Yeah,
they can
I know
pretend
who he
they've
is.
got a six-pack. And then I thought another good gift for under $50 is pay for somebody to do the up-close and personal tour with rhinoceroses.
Okay, wouldn't be my choice, but you know.
You're kidding? I'd love to get up close and personal with the rhinos.
No, I'm all right, thank you. I'll let you do that one on your own, love.
All right. How about, you know all the fuss that there was going in all the theme parks about the gauntlet?
Oh, yeah.
The Infinity Gauntlet, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Bring one of the most powerful weapons in the Marvel Universe to life with this premium Infinity Gauntlet articulated electronic fist, worn by the supreme being Thanos.
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks.
Featuring movie sound effects and light-up effects. It's part of the Legends series.
Yeah. I like the Avengers. I like Infinity War, but I'm not wishing for one of those.
How much do you reckon it costs?
Well, it's basically a toy, isn't it? Probably about $60.
100.
Really?
Yeah.
God, it's not cheap being a parent, is it?
It's not. And do you know what? You know, I've got the full Disney monorail playset thing.
Yeah.
Which you can no longer get from the store anymore, the hotels. Well, I've got the Walt Disney World Railroad. I've got 2 monorail sets. I've got the Contemporary. I've got Grand Floridian and the Polynesian. All of that and some other little play sets as well. But I haven't got a Disneyland loop. So the Disneyland monorail playset is $99.99. And it made me laugh because they've put on it limit of 10. Who in their right mind is going to buy 10 monorail playsets?
Because they're going to put them straight on eBay, Michelle.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. But I really would love that. But I would first like to go with that, a new house, so I can fit it in.
Yes, yeah, you are a little bit... Yeah, you have to be canny with your displaying of your monorail, don't you?
Yes. 2 more items on my list.
Oh,
the
crikey,
next
go on.
one is a dutiful Snow White who learned to respect your elders. And it's basically that iconic image of Snow White with the poisonous apple with the old hag. And it's got a real contemporary pop art style to this. It's by artist Tennessee Loveless. It's so, if you love pop art, you would love this. It's the reds, it's the yellows, it's the blues. It's very primary based. I absolutely adore it. But at $495, it isn't going to be buying its way home to me.
You'll be adoring it from afar.
Yeah. I've got one more guess for you, Jayne.
Oh, go on.
Iron Man Rollerball Pen by S.T. DuPont. It's high-tech, finished in aluminium. I'll translate that, aluminum, just in case you're listening in America. Aluminum. And it's finished with serenium, Ceramian. And it's finished with Ceramian ACT. It's durable, it's stylish, and the base is adorned with a replica of the superhero's arc reactor.
Of course it is. Well, I have seen some pens like these. I mean, I don't know the make, so I am kind of just guessing here. I know, oh crikey, we were at Star Wars Celebration 2 years ago, and there were some beautiful Star Wars pens done in obviously very fancy materials, and they were stupid prices. You know, for basically a ballpoint biro pen, they're wanting $200 and $300. So I'm guessing that's somewhere in that sort of region, is it?
No.
$1,450. Wow. A bit of aluminum.
Aluminum. Very expensive.
I think I'll stick to me biro, thank you.
Yeah.
And get the job done.
But gentlemen, for the lady in your life, there's always Dooney and Burke and the villain's ear hat, tote bag and matching wallet. Oh, would definitely steal my heart.
Yeah, I think I would just point anybody that's wanting to buy me anything for Christmas towards Shop Disney, the accessories, the jewellery, Disney couture. Very nice, thank you.
We love a bit of Disney couture. Absolutely. Let's wrap up this show by saying thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed the fun along the way. If you'd like to suggest any other Christmas gifts you'd like to suggest to other people and share on our future podcast or website page, Facebook page even, let us know. You can contact us via all the usual ways. info@disneydreamgirls.com, Twitter, Instagram @DisDreamGirls, and finally hop on over Disney Dream Girls page on Facebook and give it a like. But until next week, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.